live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unusual Suspects, episode 78. Amy?
Yes.
We did it. Yes. We're still here. Guys, we have a freaking, an amazing, I know I say it a lot, but like I feel it today. And by the way, you guys like this shirt? You guys check this out? Guns don't kill people, the Clintons. My mom was like, I bought you that shirt. You never wear it. So thank you, Mom, and I'm wearing that shirt. But thank you guys for joining us. Guys, we have, well, but let me tell you who's here. Amy's here. Brandon's here, Rob G's here, Humberto's here. He's still trying to get his hair to be better than mine, but it's not going to happen. But guys, I'm going to go through the stories that we have today, and then we're going to just get right into it. I'm going to be talking about, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to now, the migrant gang is literally like invaded a town in Aurora, in Colorado. It's Aurora, Colorado. Rob G's going to be talking about yesterday, Harris-Walz. It was basically like an interview with like a seeing eye, like a support person there with her, because she can't do anything by herself. Brandon's going to be talking about the mind control factory. I don't even know. I can't wait to hear about that.
Get ready to get mind effed.
Yeah, mind effed. And then Amy, Australia is finally answering the age-old question, what is a woman? But they're...
Yeah, I mean, I think we got that pretty squared away here in the States, but Australia, they lag a little behind.
They're still behind, yeah. And they don't have guns, so they're kind of behind. And then Humberto, by the way, Humberto has not only a computer, you have an iPad, he's drawing, he has papers. You're like a one-stop shop. Like you have
prepared.
You're prepared. And guys, Humberto's story, apparently dolphins are literally out in the water. I was going to say in the streets, out in the water, sexually assaulting a lot of people, male, female, everybody.
Don't even shower.
It's like hide your kids, hide everybody.
Don't ever get even moist.
Yeah, just don't get wet.
Avoid water at all costs.
That's hilarious. And guys, listen. And for our OGs, the people that have been here from the beginning, we absolutely love you guys more than you know. For the new people that are here watching for the first time, please take 1 second and just click like, subscribe. Do it right now. Please, just go for it. Where's the little thing that they could put the like and subscribe button in the middle there? There it is. There it is, Jeremy. Click, click, click. Go for it, guys. We love you guys. We appreciate you more than you know, but we want you to know when it's going down, because sometimes we shoot more episodes. Sometimes we know we're not here. But anyway, all right, guys, that being said, let's just get right into it. Aurora, California. I'm sorry. What's that? What? The VT merge? Oh, I didn't think we were going to do. Okay, well, let's do VT merge.
We're doing it live. All right, we're doing it live.
I see it up there. Well, I'm just looking. My hair is getting crazier and crazier by the second. Like, look at that. Look at that random. But look at Humberto's. Yours is long enough that it sits. Don't do that. Don't ever do that again. Like Humberto's, like our hair, guys, it goes straight and then it does that. Yeah. And look at Rob's hair. Guys, take a second. Look at Rob's beard. Rob, your beard is disgustingly hot.
Thank you. My chest hairs also curl like your hair.
Does it really?
Yes, it gets long and then curls.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Rob, I'm not gonna lie though. I wish I could. The best times I ever had when my hair was shaved like that and just bic, go, boom, gel, crap. But anyway, guys. So the Angry Patriot shirt. All right, guys. I'm trying to get, and I said this at the beginning of the week, right, Amy? I want you guys, whoever gets this shirt, and you tag me on an Instagram reel or a photo or whatever. Tag me. I'm going to take the first 10 people, and I'm going to feature them on this show.
100%.
100%. I'm going to say your name, everything, background, your street. I'm going to put all the info.
You're going to get doxxed.
You're going to get doxxed. I'm joking. But,
and love it.
And guys, because listen, Angry Patriot, people always ask me, why are you angry? You know, I tell people, how are you not with what the hell's going on? So rock the shirt. Let people know who the hell you are. And all right, guys. So back into the stories. Aurora, Colorado has become a base of Georgia.
Sorry.
What the hell was that, Rob?
Sorry.
But like, in my head, I'm like, what, was that God? Aurora, Colorado. Just here. Oh my God, you shouldn't be doing that. All right. So listen, Aurora, Colorado has become the base of operations for a brutal Venezuelan gang called Tren de Aragua.
Nice.
Does your wife know about these people?
I know about this.
Because your wife is freaking Venezuelan.
And the other thing, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. By the way, this gang has seized multiple apartment complexes. Apparently that it's 3, because I heard the mayor talking about it. He admitted that it was 3. And they set off a wave of violent crime throughout the town. By the way, Aurora, Colorado only has like around 390,000 people, and it's only 21 minutes away from Denver. It's not like, guys, this is out in the middle of nowhere, all right? So they take over the apartment complexes. They kick out the staff. They threaten them with violence. Then they move their own people in within hours, and the tenants that stayed there, they charge them rent, Amy. Like, guys, this isn't like a joke. This is real deal invasion type crap. And I want to show you guys a video of this gang going into somebody's apartment and literally taking it over. Connor, please play the clip. AR-15, gun. I guess this is the manager. Look, like the manager of the gang. Look. Bro, 1, 2, 4. Dude, look at this. Are you freaking kidding me? This is, by the way, this is the United States. This isn't in Venezuela, okay? This is here. Connor, you can stop it. Do you guys want to know what I would do? Guys, I'm not even trying to be funny right now. Do you have any idea what I would have done if I was inside that apartment, if it was me? I would have gotten cover, and I have thousands and thousands of rounds. Every single person that came into my apartment would have been shot and killed. Beautiful. Period. End of story. Call the National Guard because it's war. Okay? By the way, I live by myself. I know exactly where to hide cover, and I would shoot every single one of these people that comes in there. Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you nuts?
How do you get them in the apartment?
No, what I mean, they're walking through the front door. Let me explain something to you. Everybody's tough till that one shot and one of them gets hit with a bullet and it's over. Okay, but okay, so besides them taking over apartments and charging people rent, they're sex trafficking girls. They're carjacking and robbing people. Yeah, Rob, there's 2 other videos I'm not going to show of them running into jewelry stores, like 20 people and ransacking it. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think the FBI, local law enforcement are getting involved?
I think they love it.
They absolutely, and I'm going to get you with that, Brandon. No law enforcement, nobody's involved. The local media is ignoring it as if it's not happening. The landlord of one of the apartment complexes called the FBI, called the U.S. Marshals, called everybody, and guess what they said? We can't do anything about it. Like,
What
guys,
do you mean?
Exactly what I said. What do you mean?
Vinnie, this is the United States.
No, but by the way, it's Aurora, Colorado. By the way, you know how far Aurora, Colorado is from the border? 800 miles, I think. If somebody could check, I think it's like 700 to 800 miles.
Yeah.
How the hell are they getting there? All right.
What's the plan? They just give up. We're not going to do
They just
anything.
give up.
That's it.
Because it's like low rent housing. Dude, these people, this one mother was like, I can't even, my kids, my family, they put a Save Our Souls thing so if somebody flies over that they could see it. In the apartment complex, what's that area like in the middle of the, like not atrium.
Courtyard?
It's like a courtyard. They
Yeah.
put Save Our Souls help. Like these, and nobody's helping, bro.
Put up a distress sign in the
Yeah, they put a distress sign, Brandon. I'm not even joking, bro. Like, and by the way, let's be clear of why this is happening. This is what happens when you have that sanctuary city BS. I'm not gonna cuss, even though it's right on the tip of my tongue. And this is what they flood. They open up the floodgates for these criminals. And mind you, the Colorado's woke governor, Jared Polis. This guy is a beaut. If we could get to the, by the way, Bob, he dismissed. This is what he dismissed the reports of this invasion. And before I want to get to you, Humberto, guys, this is who the governor of Colorado is. He's singing a song, and I want you guys to see this.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Look at these.
Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad.
You could come and take over apartments.
Vinnie,
and then what?
If he's willing to do that in public and record it, imagine the sick, twisted shit they have on him for blackmail. He's probably hogtied and being pegged somewhere on camera.
Oh, let me explain something to you. Since we don't know, if I had to assume, that guy would be the one that they're like, hey, listen, we have video of you, do this, this, and this. But by the way, I'm going to give a little bit of credit, Rob. The mayor is Mayor Mike Kaufman. He's been somewhat honest about the situation. He did an interview 2 days ago, and he said, in regard to these migrants, he goes, someone put them there and somebody funded it. Whether it's federal government or not, he confirmed that the gang, Tren de Aragua, has given orders to its members to start attacking police officers. Okay, and guys, you got to thank President Maduro from Venezuela. Thank you, Maduro, emptying the prisons, sending them all the people here. We've talked about this with you. And then, Joe Biden, Alejandro Mayorkas, Kamala Harris, the borders are. This is all on them. I don't know if anybody's been killed. There's probably, people that are missing. And Brandon, we talked about this before. I think it's all by design. You cause chaos, you cause disorder, you cause mayhem, and then the government has to get involved. Is that basically? You talk about globalism. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. Goal number one is to erode national pride and destroy our constitution. Because so if they water down our culture and our national pride, then it's easier to implement globalism. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's not logical for our politicians and police not to be outraged by this, and the fact that our media is not talking about it, that people aren't talking about it, it's part of the plan.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Vinny, Tren del Agua is a problem from the bottom of Chile, like next to Antarctica, all the way to Denver.
Yeah.
Like him dismissing this, it pisses me off. Like I've seen them live.
Yeah.
I know what they look like. I know where they're from.
Are they like? I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're dangerous. As shit. Do they kill? Are they
the
murderers?
They're the most murderous gang.
It's their number one
to
trait.
ever come out of Venezuela. They're the worst.
Holy
the worst of
shit.
the worst. They run drugs. They run guns. They run women.
Everything.
They take over neighborhoods everywhere in Argentina, in Chile. They take over neighborhoods. They go fight other gangs when they arrive in the country,
Oh shoot.
which is a good thing, kind of. I don't know, but they're the worst of the worst. And these people here, like they don't have a chance with
done.
this leadership
Nope.
to do anything about it. They're gonna take over the city. I'm calling it.
I
Right now.
I believe it.
I
Amy,
was-
what do you think?
100%.
I was just going to say, no wonder people are fleeing and everybody's coming to either Florida, they're going to Texas, all of these other places. The thing that I'm concerned about is, are these guys going to try to bring their liberal policies with them? You know, are they going to try to implement the exact same thing here? Because they're running away from it now because they're experiencing it. The heat index of the issue is very high because it's right in front of their faces. But if they come over here and try to implement the same policies, who's to say the same thing couldn't happen here?
And Amy, I mean, like this isn't like I mean, these aren't isolated incidents. Like think about it. We had the Venezuelan guys in New York beating the crap out of New York police officers, getting released the next day, and then doing this to
Yeah,
all
to
of
the
us,
camera.
to doing
Yeah.
that to all of us, to all the I don't want to say the R word, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about because they're sexually assaulting women, murdering them, young girls. They're doing all this crap, and it's like nobody. Where's the uproar? And that the only explanation, Brandon, is what you're talking about. Is like it's all by design to ruin the fabric of our society.
Think about this. This tells you everything you need to know. So I've talked to countless people who have immigrated here illegally and people who are trying to do that. It's a daunting process to try to
Almost
immigrate.
impossible.
Yeah, to try to do it legally to come from South America to here. And then once you do obtain that status, you have to pay taxes. You have to follow the law. It's actually a net loss for you financially. But if you do it illegally, you get the world given to you. You get, California is giving people the opportunity to have a house with zero down payment, with like ridiculously low monthly payments. You get an automatic money given to you and automatic housing if you cross illegally. So that says it all right there.
And technically, it's not illegal according to Kamala Harris, right?
Well,
what
no.
she was saying recently, it's not
They're
illegal to be
undocumented.
cross the. It's not illegal to be an illegal immigrant. Like
She
what?
literally-
that sentence.
She said
unto
that.
itself is just so ludicrous.
and-
It's so
and
ridiculous.
what you were saying, that these people are fleeing from the violence because they're cowards. Like if they allow this to happen,
Yep.
they're cowards. They elect cowards. They run their city like cowards. And then when shit hits a fan, they move to another city. And what you're saying, like if they're gonna bring their liberal policies here, it's on all of us to regulate. Like every time I see a guy driving around with a California license, I go like roll down the window, roll down the window.
Yeah.
I was like, not here.
Yeah,
This is Florida.
no.
Go back to California.
Yeah.
That's what it
Rob,
is.
Rob, what do you think, Rob?
Well, you look at the Venezuelan crime rates, and I pulled this up from Statista. I'm sorry, Connor, I didn't send this to you, but I just take my word and Statista's word for it. You can actually see a huge, if you want to zoom in
Yeah,
here.
stay right there.
That is a huge amount of murders. The murder rate drops starting in 2019 per 100,000 inhabitants. It's at 60.3. You fast forward to 2023, it is a third of that, almost at 26.8. So you got to wonder if all of these crimes, these murders have drastically reduced. What could be one of the reasons why there's a lower murder rate in Venezuela today as opposed to 4 years ago? Because of the open border in the United States, in which these people, these criminals, are flooding over into our country. And it's no longer like, I honestly, I know you guys are arguing about policy. I got to be honest. Are we 8 minutes in? I could give a fuck about policy. I care about security, and nobody's doing shit for it. And you get Kamala Harris on stage, and we'll play clips of it and coming up in just a few minutes. But that woman has zero answers for how to fix any of the problems that we have. And there are still retards out there going, well, I'm going to vote for her because I think a woman should have the right to choose and have an abortion. That's really the number one issue that Americans are facing, because if you look at this, look, these people that were here are now here, and that's why that number dipped. So I'm more worried about my wife, my mother, my parents, Brandon, Connor, the people that I work with, care about, and love. I'm more worried about their security than I am about fucking people coming in the country and changing our policy. I don't think.
And Rob, you know what drives me crazy? The people that are making all these policies and open boarded all of them from the top down. None of this affects them. You think these people are in Aurora at an apartment complex that's low income?
They have a problem with a wall because they say walls are racist and we shouldn't have them. But then if you look at the DNC 2 weeks ago, they literally had a fence around the place, not allowed. And did you guys see the video of the guy that tried to sneak an illegal migrant into the DNC?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let him anywhere near the building. But it's okay for us to have to deal with that, but not them.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I don't know, did you guys hear what happened in California? Because, and again, I keep saying this, guys and gals, it's not an isolated incident. It's slowly starting to get worse and worse. And I'm going to make a comment at the end about UK, which is beyond cooked. The UK is on one of those spits, and it's just cooked. It's just
burnt.
constantly. It's burnt. It's burnt. But in California, I'm going to show. If Connor could show this, a group of 20 illegal aliens tried to hijack 2 buses full of elementary school children.
At what point does somebody go, hey, this is clearly a problem? Now it's not only is it affecting adults, right?
Yeah.
Imagine the poor kids. We look at, what would we do in this scenario if those migrants broke into our apartment complex? What about the kids that live in that apartment complex and having these people storm into their apartment and terrifying them, and now these people storming onto a bus or attempting to.
Rob, they try, and it's on the Highway 94 because it's near San Diego. They tried to get. Think about this, Rob. God forbid your kids are on a bus and 20 migrants blocked the freeway, and the bus driver, thank God, drove around. Like, think about the crisis, the hostage, whatever. Who knows what the hell they're trying to do? Thank God the bus driver thought on his feet and went around. But at least 3 migrants walked in the middle of the highway and tried to stop the bus. Can you show this clip really quick, Connor? I want look at this.
To board a school bus this morning while it was traveling to a school. The superintendent for the Humboldt del Zura Union School District informed parents of that incident earlier today. It happened at one of the stops on the school district's bus route that heads to Oak Grove Middle School and Humboldt Primary. Meanwhile, yesterday afternoon, in a similar area along another route, the superintendent says that a group of migrants tried to stop another bus. Border Patrol, CHP, and the Sheriff's Office have now been informed of these incidents. The superintendent says that for the safety of everyone, if a driver sees a group of migrants at a bus stop, they will drive past it and move on to the next.
Let me explain something to you. And again, it's at the point where the government, your government, isn't doing anything, and they don't care. Okay? We're worried about helping every other freaking country. And I'm telling you right now, guys, and I'm telling you, this is another plan, Brandon. They want us to take it into our own hands. Once that happens, because think about it, bro, we're talking about the UK is cooked, right? It's starting to spread. It started with all that stuff. Once it gets to the point where, like, people, like, if I was a bus driver, I'm driving over every single one of those people. Yeah. Hands down, you're not protecting me. I'll be damned if I'm going to get in trouble, too. Just like the apartment complex. Guys, I not only have an AR-15 with countless bullets, I'm taking everybody out. Dude, the FBI, how about this? Let's not even go there. The local law enforcement won't show up to help low-income people protect their lives and their kids. Rob, you said it. And this lady, like I said, interviewed, and she's like, what am I going to do? I have a 2-year-old. I'm scared to bring him outside the house. He can't even go to school. It's unfreaking believable. And I'm telling you guys right now, for the people out there, I know the majority of our viewers are conservative and you guys actually are awake. For anybody that's watching this, the haters, that in your head, you're like, Kamala and women, and you are an idiot. Like, this is what you are voting for because she's the border czar. This is what they want to keep doing. You keep voting for people like that, or if you vote for that, that's exactly what you're going to get.
But the thing is, people don't understand because there's Spanish-speaking people, there's South Americans, and there is people from the Caribbean region. Yeah. And I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this. But those gangs, they're worse than the Taliban. They have no regard for human life.
Like MS-13?
No. Oh, like MS-13, like Tren de Aragua. They have no, like, they could kill in cold blood a baby. They don't care about human life. They do not care about human life. I repeat, like, if they come up to your neighborhood or you hear about them, you need to call law enforcement immediately. They're the worst of the worst.
But they're not going to do anything.
They're not going to do it. Even the people that migrated first, it happened in Chile. People, Venezuelans, wonderful people.
Yeah.
that when the Maduro situation got really bad, they went to Chile first, and then this guy's followed, like after 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And when this type of migrant, not the original Venezuelan, when this type of migrant comes in, your country's cooked. They're the worst. You're finished.
Finished. And brother, go ahead, Brendan. I'll go to you, Amy, then I'm going to close.
The biggest problem with all of this, though, is that we cannot stay focused on outrage. Like, we can't focus our outrage and stay concentrate on an issue for more than a few days. Like, I literally said to Humberto yesterday, Nancy Pelosi accidentally admitted that she's a reptilian, but I swear to God, if she turned into a fucking reptilian by accident on camera, the entire world would forget about it within 5 days.
Dude, you make a great point.
That's like the most hopeless thing I could think of.
Do you guys remember? Oh, who was the guy that was eating the burgers raw?
Schumer.
Chuck Schumer's grilling burgers raw, and the way he looked like he was a split second away from shedding his human skin and exposing the evil reptile that he is.
But if he did, though, how fast would we forget about it? Like, I'm serious.
Very quick.
Well, he'd have a CBS pilot. He'd have a TV show coming up next week. My crazy lizard neighbor. And then Americans would be like, he should have a reality show.
Rob,
I love it.
Rob, my crazy reptilian congressman. Whoa. But by the way, I feel it from him. I feel it from Pelosi. I feel it from, dude, when I see Gavin Newsom and his slimy skin, it almost feels like he's uncomfortable being in the human form that he is in. I think he is a snake. I think he's disgusting. And I say this over and over and over. Guys, there's positive, there's God, there's love. Don't think for 2 seconds that there's not evil. Evil has a face, and those are the freaking people that have it. All right, guys, moving on. Rob G.
Yes.
Kamala Harris-Walz. I saw it. I saw the whole thing. I can't believe that she had a support vice president, white male with her. Rob, talk to us about what the hell we saw.
My question, first off, did you see the whole thing? Because
I saw because they chopped it up.
No, but I mean, did the American public see the whole thing?
I don't think so.
The reports yesterday, and this is the weirdest part, I can't find a single reliable news source. And when I say reliable, I'll even include CNN in that. CNN, MSNBC, Fox, Breitbart, Daily Wire, Daily Mail. None of them have any type of articles explaining if the entire interview aired or if there were portions edited out. Now, according to Twitter, the actual interview was 41 minutes. What we do know is that 18 minutes of the interview aired yesterday. I just don't know, is that 18 minutes of 22 minutes? Is that 18 minutes of an hour and 18 minutes? We have no idea if this was chopped or not. All reports were that it was pre-recorded so it could be edited. So first to you guys, has anybody seen any reports as to whether they aired the entire interview or if it was edited?
No, not at all, but go ahead, Humberto.
Not really. Like I saw the clips of it. But
you saw clips, they chopped them up.
Yeah, they chopped them up. Like
I didn't see, like I said, I saw it, like all the portions, but let's address the main situation. The front-running Democratic candidate for president of the United States could not sit down without a chaperone to just stay there just in case. What the hell are we even talking about here? They should have. Dana Bash, CNN, by the way, just shills, and I have zero respect for any of those people. I follow CNN, I'm like, no. You're sitting here by yourself, or we're not doing it. We're not coddling you because you dumb idiot, Dana Bash and CNN. You guys have to live in the same country as that person as the president. Am I losing my mind, Amy?
No, it's such a stark contrast to the way that Trump is treated in the media. Like, there's this clip of him where he sits down to do an interview. I forget who the reporter or the network was, but the first thing they said was, "Are you ready for some hard questions?" And he's like, "No, like, you're gonna be fair. Like, how is it that the first thing you say to me when I sit down is, 'Are you ready for some hard questions?' And then meanwhile, Biden, anyone on the left, and now Kamala, like, they're able to completely avoid these adversarial interviews. And then when she finally shows up for one, she requires a chaperone. Like, what?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's trying to act like she's some pioneer for women by running for president, but if anything, she's setting women back 50 years by only doing a pre-recorded interview with a person that's 18 minutes. What kind of interview is 18 minutes? There's no way that was the time they agreed on.
We've done it. We've been here for at least 24. This has been 25 minutes. Everybody's on their own. Everybody has their own voice. They're like I want to know the meat of what you are, but this isn't. And Rob, this is exposing her because everything that she's done to get to this point. You're in politics now. You're choosing to run because she obviously had to say okay. Zero substance, right?
By the way, Dana Bash, the person that interviewed Kamala Harris, once married to Jeremy Bash. Do you guys know who Jeremy Bash was?
No.
Jeremy Bash is an American lawyer who was the chief of staff of the Central Intelligence Agency, and it was also one of the people that signed. He was one of the 51 intelligence officers that signed off stating that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation.
Wow.
So that is the person. Now, they are no longer married. They have been divorced for some time, but that's the person who's interviewing Kamala Harris. Her ex-husband is a liar who lied to the American public. Here's actually, well, this is kind of what the entire interview sounded like. It was just a word salad at its finest. If you could please play this clip, Connor.
He wasn't bashing hard enough.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere such as, and I believe
we
that
can cut it there.
should-
I mean, that woman is pretty much qualified. Why not have her run as Department of Homeland Security head? I mean, if you go and watch this interview, the woman offers no substance. She says nothing. And what's weird is if this is edited, and this is what they left in. This is what they were like, hey, you know what? We'll air this.
Yeah.
This is the best that we can do.
Well,
Here's a clip, Connor, if you want to go ahead and fire off the first clip.
this is Kamala.
This is the nominee for the Democratic Party for the 2024 election. Your current vice president, by the way, Joe Biden, on the beach of Rehoboth Beach. So he's not even, the guy's not even pretending.
Who's running the
president
who's in
right
charge
now.
right
Not
now?
even pretending to work anymore.
Yeah.
At least be like Deli, the video editor here.
Right.
He at least pretends to
Yeah,
work.
he walks
at least
around.
put up the facade that you're trying, Joe.
Yeah.
Here's the clip.
Let's see it.
Oh, wait, there it is.
I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that you have never interacted with him, met him face to face. That's going to change soon. But what I want to ask you about is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
Same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
Oh God, you're gonna laugh.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Same old tired playbook. When have you guys ever heard Donald Trump question somebody's race?
Yeah.
Now, when it came to the birthright or the birth certificate of Barack Obama, he was questioning whether he was Kenyan, but he was never questioning whether or not he was black. Yeah. I've never heard. So the same old playbook that Donald Trump goes around just guessing people's races?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard that?
Never. And it's funny that you say that because there's still people saying she's going to be the first African American to. I'm like, guys, stop saying she's African American. She's Indian and Jamaican. That's the thing. And it is no playbook. But you see, brother, that's fear. You guys see laughing and giggling. That's fear because she is about to go up against Goliath. And she knows it. And guess who's not going to be sitting next to her? Old, slick little military soldier, fake background Walz. She's in bad shape, bro. I see it in her eyes. It's bad.
It's insane, though, that after what Trump said that 3 weeks ago, you're going to get asked that question. The best you can come up with the same old tired playbook.
Next question.
Yeah, and it's not a tired playbook. That's the reason that people love Trump is because he had the balls to call out politicians for blatantly lying for the past 50 years.
Is it not a legitimate question to ask this woman what her race is?
Yeah.
And if it's, then what's the problem?
It's a massive story if it's true.
If she's black, just go, no, I'm black. I've always been black. I don't know where he comes up with this nonsense, but she doesn't. A no answer is worse than any answer she could have provided because she's on the spot. And this is the one thing that Trump has been hammering home outside of her, because she can't defend her policies. This is really the only thing that she could defend is her race, and she chose not to answer the question.
Yeah, like how are you not prepared for that? And then she didn't even defend her policies. She tried to act like she didn't say her policies, but I know you're going to get into that.
Or pivot. You could even be like,
Yeah.
am I black? Is that Trump's real hair? Is he bald? Is it hairspray? Is it wax? Is it gel? Something other than no answer. And what she gave the American public was no answer. Can we play the next clip, Connor?
Oh, boy.
Go ahead, Connor.
When you were in Congress, you supported the Green New Deal. And in 2019, you said, quote, there is no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. Fracking, as you know, is a pretty big issue, particularly in your must-win state of Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020.
Can we go ahead to the debate stage from 2020? I'd like to see the clip of her talking about banning fracking.
Good job.
Receipts.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
Cut it there. That's all we need to hear. The woman is a walking contradiction.
Oh my God, she is.
What does she think is going to happen as a result of saying that?
No, but that's not even that.
doesn't think.
It's no. Go ahead, Amy. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. He said, "What do you think? What's she thinking is gonna happen?" She doesn't think, and that's why the liberal establishment is so happy to use her, because she doesn't think. She's literally an empty vessel. Therefore, they can utilize her to spread whatever message it is that they want, what's ever convenient for them to propagate at the time. And clearly, that served their agenda then. It doesn't now, and that's why she's retracting that statement. But it's almost like she's like a better version of Biden, because honestly, on the teleprompter, she's not that bad. If she has like a full, speech and everything,
she knows how to read.
on
Thank God.
teleprompter, she at least knows how to read,
good.
unlike Joe Biden, right? But when it comes to anything on the spot like this, it just becomes so evident how completely incompetent she is. She's the definition of an empty vessel, or an AI candidate, as Viva said in the last show.
As a woman,
totally
does
right.
it bother you that this is the person that the Democrats have chosen as the most qualified person for the position, and then they go out and they tout she's the first black woman? As a woman yourself, does it bother you that this is the representation that the rest of the world is going to see and go, oh, look, that's what American women are like?
A little bit, but at the same time, like everything the Democratic Party does bothers me, and I think anybody in a right mind would kind of be of the same mindset. And so they're not looking at this as a real representation of like the best the Democratic Party can do for a woman leader. Like, there are more competent people in the Democratic Party, I believe. And that's why so many of those people are now switching to become centrist or moving over to the right, because the Democratic Party no longer represents their values whatsoever. But so far as like an original Democrat, like, they could definitely do way, way better than her.
The question is, how controllable are you? Because Tulsi would have been a way better candidate. RFK would have been a way better Democrat. RFK definitely would have beaten Trump if he was the Democrat nominee. Same thing probably Joe Manchin, but they would never even entertain the idea of letting them run because they can't control them.
Exactly.
So you'd rather have somebody who's half retarded or 3/4 retarded than somebody who the people actually like.
Who's the half retarded and who's the 3/4 retarded on that one?
Biden's half retarded because he was a good speaker at one point, but then he got actual sickness and dementia. But Kamala's 3/4 retarded because she doesn't.
And you don't never go full retard.
I love Viva's quote from Wednesday's show, dumber than dementia. That is literally Kamala Harris.
Wow.
Because they put her
T-shirt that.
She's literally been out more. She has done less press in the 41 days that she has been running for president and doing the campaign than Biden did for the 87. He at least did 3 long-form media appearances. This woman has done one 18-minute, questionably edited interview.
And go to Trump. Trump has done podcasts. He's done Theo Vaughn. He's done
golf.
The guy's out there golf. Dude, the guy is
CNN
out
Town Hall.
He's doing He's doing everything, bro.
Yeah.
CNN,
the Black Journalist National Convention.
Whatever. And by the way, and again, guys, I have zero respect. Rob, that was a great freaking finding out that Dana Bash's ex-husband is CIA, professional BS artist, snake spy, which I don't respect. But weird how you piece these together, and that's why I have zero respect for them, because it's like, if you're a real reporter and you're not a freaking like political activist, you should stop in there and go, no, Kamala, Mrs. Vice, whatever, Madame, I don't believe in all that bullshit. Like, no, wait a minute. You are actually lying right now, because you are a liar. Like, zero accountability, and I get it. Your masters at CNN, your masters at Fox, all of them are the same. I just want truth. I want a real, like Tom Brokaw, all those old guys that'd be like, no, wait a minute. You're full of it. And I love that, Brandon, when you said receipts. Here's a video of you lying. Show it to her in her face. This is you saying you're going to ban it. Now all of a sudden you change your mind. Oh, taxes on tips. Oh, no, you stole that from Trump. Hold their freaking feet to the fire.
Can I can I talk about the affordability crisis here?
Yeah.
The affordability crisis, it doesn't only come down to money, like to families not able to afford their houses, their kids, and whatever. I think as a country, we can't afford to have Kamala be our president. Like, if it was better times, I wouldn't have China getting really hot, the Middle East getting even hotter, the Russian getting hot, the money supplies, the national debt. Like, we as a country, we cannot have 4 years of her. Like, on their side, they can survive another Trump administration. Because destroying things and making them shit is super easy. They can hold back on their willingness to destroy everything.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna make it if we have a Trump presidency. But we cannot, from the other side, afford to have one of their presidencies because in the way this country's going,
We're going to be bankrupt
we're gonna be bankrupt very soon. One of the wars is gonna get super hot, and I know that we've been covering for a while. And then the other thing is like when these people from the left, like we have a meeting where we suggest guests and everything.
Yeah.
And one of the most common things that we say when we think of people to invite is he will never do it. Right, Rob? He will never do it. He will never do it.
The guest that's recommended at the booking.
The guests that are from the left.
Yeah.
It could be actors. It could be whatever. And we go like they will never do it. Because these people, they will never go into an environment when they're going to be called out. Like, for example, if they invited me to CNN, I'd be like, yes, let's do it. Let's get the message out there. They're talking. I will talk to everyone, and you will talk to anyone, and you'll be excited to talk to anyone. But they have such a line of bullshitting that every time they're not in their environment, they can't even talk.
Yeah, like The View, like the girls from The View. When have you ever seen anybody from The View sitting anywhere else speaking with anybody? If I was there, security would have to drag me out. I'd be like, every single one of you upset, lonely, single sluts are the problem with what's going on. And I would look at the audience. I'm like, you guys are getting poisoned by the disgusting, evil hate from all these people. And I just saw a video of The View, and Trump was on it. You should have seen Whoopi's hugging him, kissing him. They loved him. Then all of a sudden, he's like, I want to run for president. I'm Hitler now.
I watched last night, my 5-year-old loves The Little Rascals, a movie that came out in like 1994. So we're watching it, and I totally forgot that the rich kid's dad in The Little Rascals is Donald Trump. The kid is in like a go-kart, and he calls his dad, and he goes, hey, Dad, I'm going to win the race. And then they shoot to the dad, and it's Donald Trump. This guy was loved by the American public.
Yeah.
And then he ran for president and started calling. When it really turned, in my opinion, wasn't when he ran for president. I think it's when he started calling out Obama for not being born in the United States. When he started questioning the validity of Barack Obama's birth certificate. I feel like that's when they went, oh, you can't talk about that. Yeah. And you're going to talk about, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, so, well, we're going to shut you up. Oh, wait a minute. We can't shut him up. He's a huge star. Well, what do we do then? Well, we destroy his credibility. We destroy his reputation. And then when that didn't work, they tried to indict him criminally. Then when that didn't work, they tried to kill him. I don't know what you could do. This guy's got 9 lives, and the deep state and the Democrats have eaten up 8 of them.
Yeah, when people can't control you, they try to control the perception of you. And when that doesn't work, they're going to pull out any stops they possibly can. Rob, I know you said there hasn't been many articles that came out, but I'm curious, have you seen how the left has responded to this interview? Because we all know Biden would literally do the worst job, literally stumbling over his sentence, blunder after blunder, and they would celebrate him after and be like, you did so great, you know? So
I saw Frank Luntz, who is, I believe, he's a pollster. But
what the hell is that even? That guy's so weird.
He's in the middle, though. Yeah, that's the guy. Is that the guy that you argued with?
I made fun of the one Pierce.
The guy with the weird hair.
I killed him on Pierce.
But even he called out Kamala, and if we can find the clip, there is a clip where they ask her about her day one policies. What are you going to do day one in the presidency? She doesn't answer. Yeah. She blames Trump somehow. Oh, well, we fixed inflation. But meanwhile, inflation is double what it was prior to Trump. It was very interesting. That guy, Frank Luntz, then called her out and goes, you gave no answer. This is what everybody's waiting for, is your day one policy, and you have no answers for the American public.
Except price controls.
Connor, is this it? Yeah, play it. Let's play this one.
Well, there are a number of things. I will tell you, first and foremost, one of my highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class.
What? That's on day one.
When I look at the aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people, I think that people are ready for a new way forward, in a way that generations of Americans have been fueled by hope and by optimism.
Unburdened by what has been.
I think, sadly, in the last decade, we have had in the former president someone who has really been pushing an agenda and in an environment that is about diminishing the character and the strength of who we are as Americans.
How?
Really dividing our nation, and I think people are ready to turn the page on that.
Name a fucking policy. Does anybody else sitting here watching this? She doesn't answer questions. It's the first time she has an opportunity to answer questions in 41 days, and she doesn't answer questions. And then the left's like, you know what? Joy is going to get us through this. It blows my mind. And I misspoke a few minutes ago. And the inflation rate right now is 2.9%. Is it 2.9? Yeah. That is still up from the last year before the pandemic of 2019 when Donald Trump was in office, and he had inflation down to 1.81%. So while you've brought inflation down post-pandemic, it has not reached the pre-pandemic levels that Donald Trump had it at. So your one talking point is that you didn't do the job of bringing inflation down to nearly what it was pre-pandemic. You have nothing to run on, and yet there are idiots out there that are going to go and vote for this woman, and the problem is their votes count just as much as Humberto's, just as much as Vinnie's, just as much as Amy's, just as much as Brandon's, Connor's, Jake's, and every other illegal immigrant that smuggles their way into the country. All of their votes count the same.
Yeah,
but
Bob, I know it's frustrating.
It's a crock of shit, though, to say that inflation's down because the way they measure is the year-over-year change, not the actual inflation rate. So 2.9% isn't what inflation is. It's the weird way they calculate it to make it look like it's going down. So it's gaslighting to the highest magnitude.
Exactly, as well as the job creation. They claim that they've created more jobs, but these are just people going back to jobs that were taken away from them in COVID.
And then they got caught lying. Then they lied about the jobs report. It came out 880,000 jobs didn't exist that they said were created.
That's the thing. They're complete opposite. And these stats are very misleading because inflation, Vinny, it compounds. Okay, so you have this amount of inflation, and then when the rate goes up or down, it's over the base. So like if we can have last quarter we have 600% inflation, and this quarter we're going like -1 inflation, it still means that things are 600% more expensive. Yeah. And with the jobs, when they add jobs to it, they don't account for the ones we lost in the beginning. So jobs don't compound, inflation compounds, and it's just an absolute disaster. And a little bit for context for what she said. For the last 16 years, we had 12 years of a Republican in office. Wow. So most of this stuff is catching up with them. Like you can see Gavin Newsom, that even he admitted how bad of a job he did last week. Yeah. And this is going to compound.
Democrat, you said Republican.
You said Republicans in office.
Yeah, no, we had a,
Republican 12 out of the last 16.
Yeah.
Democrat 12 of the last 16.
You corrected me wrong.
And Rob, and here's my thing. Here's my question to you, Rob. Sir. Okay. By the way, Rob, trust me, I know that the people at home feel. The reason I'm the angry patriot is because exactly like how you feel. It's frustrating and it's suffocating because I'm like, I understand that they own 95% of legacy media, but by God, like, could somebody say something? Like, do something. Hold them accountable. You have to live in the same freaking country that we live in. But here's my question, Rob. This is a genuine question, just really fast. I know we have 2 minutes left. Come the debate, September 10th, correct? That's the only one they're going to do. Because, by the way, you're never going to hear her sit down again, period. By the way, guys, no more Kamala Harris till the debate, okay? Till the 10th. Here's my question. Come the 10th, that night, whatever, 8 o'clock, whatever, it's finished. She's finished. We all know. What do they do to win? What are the Democrats going to do? These caged animal, and we're going to be poking at it. And genuinely, Rob, just really fast, I want to ask you guys just really quick, just what do you think is going to be their go-to to have her win?
At this point, I really don't know because I don't know if there's anything they can, because thank God for Elon Musk and X and it being the last beacon of free speech in the United States of America. My concern is you're seeing what's going on in Brazil with Alejandro de Morales. Cracking down on censorship, and you look at what's going on
Telegram.
with the Telegram CEO. My concern is that they try and somehow stop Twitter from being, because it's really the only place that you can go and find this information. Because look, even today, I can't find anywhere on any news site if the interview was edited, but on Twitter I can find people posting, well, I heard it was here, I saw this, I'm not sure about. At least they're saying, I'm not sure, this. The rise of the independent citizen journalist is what is going to help win the 2024 election for Trump, in my opinion. And the only thing that the Democrats can do is remove the First Amendment and ban free speech in the United States to try and win.
So you don't think anything like a stage something or a false flag
try and get Florida to, we didn't lock down down the first time. You think you can do another? I mean,
Well,
maybe
Florida-
maybe global terror,
That's
maybe
what
some
I'm-
type of nuclear holocaust. Outside of those, I don't know.
Power
They're
grid.
trying to keep RFK on
Power
the
grid,
ballot in
something.
certain places,
I-
right? So
I-
they're going to try various different like little political schemes, but is that going to be enough? Like I don't. Think
I just
so
don't
at
put
this
nothing past these people, Rob. They are disgusting human beings. They are freaking evil, Brandon, and I don't put them anything past it. Go ahead, then I'll go to you, Rob.
Just real quick, so something that's nobody talks about that I came across a few weeks ago. So the reason the media became like this, so in 1947, there's a law passed called the Fairness Doctrine, which required both sides of the mainstream media to cover a topic from both perspectives. You know, if you had a broadcaster's license, you had to cover both sides of it. But it was repealed in 1987. Then Fox News ended up taking off, and that they got really conservative, and then that caused the other side to get really liberal. So that's where all the crazy polarizing media came from. So, I mean, do you think there should be that law requiring a media company to cover both sides?
I mean,
Why would you want to sound stupid half the time, bro?
I just think there needs to be fact checkers, like literally live on site, where if you lie, AI whatever puts right there, like on your network, an AI thing is at the bottom maybe that says what this guy just said is lie. You're a lie.
But then
lie.
who determines the lies? Because when you look at Meta, anytime somebody posts anything about COVID, it's like COVID disinformation, COVID misinformation, right?
Well,
I think.
get ready. Next week, there's going to be an announcement from Valuetainment about a news website that they're launching. I've been able to see the back end of it, and it literally encompasses everything that you guys have talked about.
Yeah, which like nothing else.
It really, like, it's blown my mind. Congrats to Fabian and the team that are working around the clock to build this thing, but it blows my mind what they have built, and I think it's going to change the news game. At least how people absorb or read their news, because it will be a way to give you the impartial narrative. Okay. But before we move on, you brought up The View, and because of your shirt, can you show your shirt one more time?
Let me show my shirt.
Guns
Wait.
There you go. Oh, guns don't kill people. Clintons do. On September 14th of 2021, we lost my favorite comedian in the world, Norm Macdonald, and one of my favorite Norm clips is when he went on The View.
Oh, God.
And he talked about the Clintons killing people on ABC News back in like 2001, and Connor the man found the clip. Connor, could you roll us? It's quick. It's a minute. But I would like to leave off with some laughs since there was a lot of yelling on my part, so I apologize, audience.
No, don't ever apologize.
I want you to now giggle and have a good time. Take a look at Norm calling out the Clintons for murder live on national TV.
Go ahead.
See, I think we should get the homicide out of the White House and get like a fresh start, because we don't want any more murderers.
I think we should just go on to the next question.
Oh.
Who's the murderers? Yeah.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
Yeah, you know, we're not you're not allowed to put out no accusations without.
That's a little too far.
That's the way it does work.
Let's just go on to the next question.
Yeah.
This is not my week. What can I tell you?
Oh, it's not mine either, and I'm being very nice, okay? Be a good boy. Now, Norm.
Do you never hear that?
No. Listen, we don't need
I don't want to get into this, and I don't want to hear it, and this is not the place to make those accusations, and you're supposed to be funny. Let's get on to the next question. So get with it.
There you go.
This is a live show.
Not for nothing, Norm, but you have been properly chastised by Barbara. So I'm now going to ask the next question.
I thought it was a matter of record.
Okay.
Let me do this, okay?
I'll tell you what's a matter of record. You will not be invited back if you don't shut up. All right, now.
God bless that man. He was a genius, and he exposed the Clintons before anybody was doing it back in 2000.
And which murder was he talking about, Rob?
What's the? Well, yeah, I know.
I mean, where
at
do we
this point,
start?
there's 51 plus since that.
Yeah.
Vince Foster, I think.
I think, yeah, it might have been Vince Foster.
That was the most blatant one.
Oh, my God. All right, guys, moving on. Brandon, Mind Control Factory. What the hell are you even talking about? Yeah,
All right, so
yeah, go ahead.
So this story is so crazy that I stayed up until like 4 a.m. Wednesday, Thursday, and Tuesday. I stayed up till 4 a.m. last night just to make sure I got all this done because I kept finding crazier and crazier stuff. So I'll start with this. Like, once upon a time, there's this weak, pathetic pussy called Woodrow Wilson.
Some people call him president.
Tell us how you call him
He's quoted as saying when he asked why he kept a small flock of sheep outside the White House lawns. He was really weird. He said he kept them there because they reminded him of the American people. So he literally kept sheep on the White House lawn.
That's a fact. He actually said
quoted
that.
as saying they remind me of the American people. Okay, so
that's hilarious.
That kind of sets up what I'm going to talk about today. So there's this thing called the Tavistock Institute that not a lot of people have heard of. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Tavistock? No.
Yeah, no.
What is it?
So it was created during World War I to help shape public opinion and socially engineer people. So brainwashing, propaganda.
Got you.
They hired the best social scientists in the world, psychologists, like real genius people to learn how to, like, the mechanics of the mind work and how to penetrate people's minds and make them think certain things. So they were instrumental in changing people's perspectives in the war, like creating positive sentiment around the war, patriotism.
Yeah.
They were funded by the royal family, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, of course, and they played a key role in getting people to join for World War I. So in the last 50 years, they have thoroughly studied American society, how they react to crises, and how to basically make people react a certain way to crises. So,
and who do they work for?
The Committee of 300.
Holy crap! Great.
Yeah,
that makes me feel good.
Yeah, so this is another one that comes from that book, The Committee of 300. But the things that they could see their fingerprints on the most are wars and celebrities. So I'm going to talk about both those things today. So I wasn't alive during this time, but do you remember what the sentiment in the mainstream media was like during the Gulf War? I know, I don't mean to take an old
I
person
wasn't
shot.
alive, but you old guys were. Do you remember what was going on?
I was. I'm 46.
The babies and the incubators.
Wait,
I'm serious.
Yeah.
For the Gulf War, the reason why I thought it was about babies and incubators that turned out not to be true.
Oh,
interesting that's
the Gulf War. The Gulf War was Saddam Hussein, and we were helping the people of Kuwait.
Desert Storm 1.
Desert Storm, the first
very
one.
quick, very successful.
Quick war.
So within a span of 2 weeks, people went from not even knowing where Iraq was to fervently saying that we need to destroy evil dictators. So the way that they do this is that they basically do case studies with people and do like these like polling focus groups. So I have a clip here of from the movie Vice, and it shows exactly how this is done.
And what do we want to watch from the movie?
So it's a clip of how they decide how to make the public be in favor of supporting.
Oh,
the war.
gotcha. Okay. Let's play this clip.
This is after 9/11.
Dick, we've been working with these focus groups and advertising executives to try and sell the war on terror.
I'll reiterate, we are still being recorded, and there still may or may not be clients back behind the two-way.
These guys are pretty sharp. Go on.
There's a problem. The results show that people are confused.
You all support the president. You hate terrorism, yet you're still confused. Can you tell me why? Anybody?
Don't we have to just get Osama bin Laden? He did it. So why are they calling it a war? A war with who?
Okay, thank you, Mark. Jasmine, jump in, please.
I don't get what this Al-Qaeda is. Are they a country? Like, why can't we just bomb them?
That's really interesting. Is anybody else confused about what Al-Qaeda is? Show of hands, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of you, right? Would it be less confusing if it was a country?
Damn right. I'm angry as hell. We've got to fuck someone up.
Got it. Mark, really strong feelings coming from Mark. I'm interested. Does anybody else feel the same? Or
They understand we're at war, but they don't know against who.
They want a country that's cleaner, simpler.
That would certainly help us legally.
No. Looks like it's time to take a rag.
It is about goddamn time.
I think that's an excellent idea. We want to take that motherfucker Saddam down for a long time.
Make sure you work in the phrase, we don't want the smoking gun to be a mushroom cloud. That focus group to the roof.
There will always be uncertainty about when he will acquire nuclear weapons. But we don't want the smoking gun to be a mushroom cloud.
There is a smoking gun or a mushroom cloud.
Simply
We have waited
stated,
too long.
there is no doubt that Saddam Hussein now has weapons of mass destruction.
We've got to get rid of this dictator. He's got anthrax. He's got all these weapons.
There is no doubt he is amassing them to use them against our friends, against our allies, and against us.
Saddam creates and uses nuclear weapons. What will we tell the American
lies probably on his
Saddam
head?
Hussein will continue to increase his capacity to wage biological and chemical warfare.
By the way, and
Turns
Brandon,
out she's more dangerous than Saddam Hussein.
yeah. But by the way, what a like just watching that like
Encapsulates everything.
How it's like business as usual, but for people's lives. Think about that. Like that type of meeting, those are strategy meetings with Pat and Tom and growing a business. That type of nonchalant, like, you guys focus group, you guys don't, we have to say Iraq because you can't bomb Al-Qaeda. You have to pick a country. That's freaking crazy.
By the way,
the thing
it's
about
a fictional representation of what
it's fictional, but hold on. But that is exactly how I would do it.
That's exactly how it happened too. So the thing about people is that they're extremely predictable. If you do a sample size of 1,000 people for a certain area, you could know exactly what that entire area is thinking because people are that similar. It's like when you post a poll on X or on YouTube or something, you know within the first 1,000 responses what the results are going to be. So it doesn't change, it doesn't vary. So as long as it's randomly selected people, you know exactly what the population is going to think. You can profile them to a T.
Holy crap.
And they did this for the Gulf War. They did this for 9/11. They did this for any war. They did it for World War II, for anti-Japanese sentiment. They got us to the point where we were having Japanese prison camps in America.
Dude, remember that internment camp?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
So they can make us think anything they want us to think. And then, you ask yourself, is that why 20% of kids in Gen Z are gay? Is that why we were willing to do the COVID lockdown? Because all of this stuff, they have it down to a T, the playbook of how to socially control us. And then the next thing I want to show is how they use celebrities to influence us. Because the Edwin Bernays, he's considered the godfather of propaganda, and one of his main points of how to influence a society is to do it through the celebrities. So,
well, I mean, if you think about it, Brandon, every political every year of an election, it's it's Taylor, it's The Rock.
It was just Beyonce last week at the DNC.
And she didn't even show up.
And look at what that did to the ratings.
Yeah.
So the Beatles that everybody knows and loves, they were actually a creation of the Tavistock Institute.
The Beatles?
Yeah.
What?
They were sent here 2 months after JFK died. They didn't even write their own music. They didn't know how to read music. And they, this guy who was their, leader, he created this thing called a 12 antinal discord that was scientifically pitched to create social unrest in America. So the design of it was to basically break the nuclear family, make teenagers get them into drugs and sex and rock and roll and be debaucherous. So they created this whole counterculture society. It turns out the words teenagers, cool, discovered, pop music weren't even in the lexicon of America at the time. So all these new words were used because they were studied by the Tavistock Institute. They're like, oh, these are rebellious words. These are going to make kids rebel against their parents and try to do new things and try drugs and have fun and, free love, have sex.
So it's like herding sheep and cattle, but your own way, like finding out what they'll do, what they won't do.
Right.
Holy crap, dude!
Play this clip right here.
What is this?
Does this look the Beatles fandom? Does this look like normal to you, or does this look like deep brainwashing?
Go ahead.
I love you, Paul, and please come to the window so I can just see you. But I love you and I want you, Paul. Please.
Why do you like them so much?
I don't know. There's just something about them. I don't know when they sing.
Aren't they as good as anybody else?
No, they're better.
Oh my god. Yeah, like how does that? Yeah, dude, this
running
psychotic for a bunch of ugly guys with bad teeth.
Yeah,
probably stunk too.
Oh, they're nasty. Well, I have never listened to one of their full songs, and I'm happy.
Black in the morning, 5:30 to see them, and all they do is push you farther and farther away. And they don't even let you say them.
Have you ever been this crazy about any other entertainer?
No, and that's what's so amazing. We don't know why we're like this.
Keep looking at your screen. That's why it's like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't know why we're like
Brandon,
this.
it's crazy how these just people go Michael Jackson was one of them. There's videos on YouTube. If you just put Michael Jackson with fans, this girl's like Michael crying, look like shaking just to go near or talk to this guy. It's wild.
Justin Bieber as well. That's another example I can think of, especially when he was younger. And that's a case study where we can look at him now and see like there's something off about this guy now. So to what degree was he leveraged and utilized for something potentially similar, and what has that done to him?
Oh, and he hung out with Diddy, so
has to be part of it.
Oh,
that's not normal either.
100%.
Oh no, Taylor Swift.
He admitted to witchcraft, right?
Witchcraft, but on top of that, like there has to be something deeper. From my niece to adults to gay men to people that are in the 60,000, 70,000 people watching and crying and losing their minds for a girl that does not have a voice, that is an okay performer, but it's just that is a brainwashing like MK Ultra. Like, and by the way, she still hasn't said what she's gonna vote for, but I'm pretty sure they're saving it. Go ahead.
Well, that would be the most impactful thing that anybody could do in the world if she said that. But she might suffer the same fate as this person if she does, because they do not like when their creations turn against them. Because play this next one here?
Who's this?
John Lennon, their creation turning against them because he was originally a creation of the Tavistock Institute, but he was a thinker and a free thinker. And
Smoking weed.
Speaking against it.
Yeah, let's see this.
I don't believe overpopulation, you know. I think that's just a kind of myth that the government has thrown out to keep your mind off Vietnam and Ireland and all the important subjects.
Oh, I think you're wrong about that.
Oh, I don't care.
I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. You know, and I think that's what I sussed when I was 16 and 12 way down the line. But I expressed it differently all through my life. It's the same thing I'm expressing all the time. But now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know. If anybody can put on paper what our government and the American government, etc., and the Russian, Chinese, what they are actually trying to do, you know, and what they think they're doing, I'd be very pleased to know what they think they're doing. I think they're all insane, you know, but I'm liable to be put away as insane for expressing that. You know, that's what's insane about it. And the left wing talk about giving the power to the people. You know, anybody knows that the people have the power. All we have to do is awaken the power in the people. The people are unaware. It's like they're not educated to realize that they have power. They put the politicians in power. They vote for the local mayor. The people do it. But the system is so geared that everybody believes that just the father will fix everything. The father being the government. Government will fix everything. It is all government's fault. You know, shake a fist at the government. Well, we are the government. The people are the government, and the people have the power, but we must try and make them aware of it.
But it's also interesting to notice who it is we assassinate. Do you ever notice who it is? Stop to think of who.
No, keep going.
Yeah, keep going. This George Carlin.
It's always people who've told us to live together in harmony and try to love one another. Jesus, Gandhi, Lincoln, John Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, John Lennon. They all said, try to live together peacefully. Bam! Right in the fucking head.
Pretty wild, but very, very accurate.
Yeah, so I mean that's where we're at though. So they freak out when their creations turn against them, and like don't underestimate how much power because I mean let's be real, 80% of the population is kind of a mindless orb that can be flip flopped in one way or the other because I don't know, that's just the things we are, unfortunately. But somebody like him saying that is one of the most dangerous things in the world to the powers that be.
And what happened to him?
Yeah, dead.
Yeah.
So this thing, the Tavistock Institute, still exists to this day, and still they're actively doing things like convincing people to get their gender changed. Like they're the ones that are behind that. Like all the world powers go to this institute for when they want to make people think things. So the COVID stuff, that was from them. The gender stuff, the LGBT stuff, that's all from them.
So Brandon, is this like this institute? Do they report to like? Is it reporting to like the CIA or what?
No, they're above the CIA.
I'm reading their Instagram page because they have an Instagram page.
Nah.
They
Really?
only guess how many followers they have.
How many?
666. No, I'm just kidding. No, but they have 998 followers, and their bio sentence: deepening creative practices with organizations, weaving together the arts and social sciences.
Dude, it's social behavior engineering. They know how to manipulate you and move you. And like you said, Brendan, once these people sign the deal with the devil, like I was hearing this when I was younger. Britney Spears, like people like that are, dude, you've seen what she's turned into.
Yes.
They get her, they brainwash you, they have you in that thing. And then one day when you're like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what she did? Because she tried to, this is what I heard, this is allegedly. She wanted to break away from the whole, Britney, I'm done. This is when she was younger. She went into a thing and shaved her head. Because she's like, I'm not going to do this image of I'm the beautiful girl. I'm done. She shaved her head, and then you know what they said? All right, bitch. It's over. You're crazy. We're taking your kids. And now she's a dude, just a empty soul. I feel so bad for her. She does those videos with the swords and everything. I know you probably.
They mention her in the book too. Actually, they mention her as she was part of this as well.
I agree.
They locked her money up because her father was in. And remember, there was the whole
conservatorship.
There was the whole free Britney movement.
And they threatened Kanye West with making him crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
same thing.
Bro, especially when he was like trying to go, dude, the moment he was pro-Trump, they ran up on stage and they grabbed him at a concert and they put him in a mental a thing to reevaluate him.
I mean, the text messages were released from his alleged manager at the time saying that if you keep acting this way, I'm going to institutionalize you and we'll drug you again.
How the hell can you do that?
How did your mother feel about the Beatles, Rob? Was she red pill back then?
I don't know.
Question.
That's a good question because my 14-year-old liked it. And my mom, knowing my mom, if she knew about the Tavistock Institute and the ties to the Beatles, she would have immediately red pilled my 14-year-old and be like, "You can't listen to this shit," and then tell them. So I have no idea. I'll have to ask her.
All right.
What about your guys? Did your parents like the Beatles?
Oh, they loved them. My mom was obsessed with them.
So she got brainwashed.
Yeah, I mean it's a powerful brainwashing measure. You know, it's literally scientifically hacking your brain through music.
Well, even the assassination of John Lennon is very odd when you look at Mark David Chapman. The
MK
guy
Ultra as fuck.
Well, because very odd. He flew all the way from, I believe, Hawaii was where it was at, and he stalked. And the whole reason he was doing that was because he wanted to try and win over the lesbian actress Jodie Foster, who turned out to be a lesbian, so she wasn't even into him.
Guys, so wait, because you talk about mom, then go to your mom. Mom, you're live. Say hi to everybody.
Hey.
Mom, we want to ask you a question. When the Beatles were around, were you like one of those crazy, like, Mom, were you crazy for the...
No. I liked only yesterday. I didn't like the fast music.
So you weren't brainwashed. Good, you're not a sheep. But Mom, out of all the singers, all the artists, who was your favorite one?
From that time?
From, when you were, back in the days when you were, a young little vixen running around. Are you an Elvis girl?
I went to see Elvis, believe it or not, in Madison Square Garden.
Did you cry and try to grab his crotch?
No, I like his music. He was a good entertainer.
All right, Mom, I love you. We got to go. We have more stories.
You want to say hi to Vera?
Vera, put your clothes on, you psycho. All right, I love you guys. Bye. My mom, she was a good, wholesome person.
I just wanted to say one quick thing, if I
ahead.
could, before we move on. You guys realize that it's the exact same thing with modern music today, though. If anything, it's gotten even worse. It's to the point where it's in literally nearly almost all forms of modern music. And that's why for me, like, yes, I'll listen to things like socially occasionally, but you have to understand that your ears are the door to your subconscious mind. You need to guard them with your life. And music is specifically designed to put you in a low vibration, to fill you with negative thoughts. And so I literally, on my phone, like, I'll occasionally listen to music here and there, but it's literally just like rain sounds and classical music.
You're making it sound good, Amy. She quit listening to music for like a year because he had the wrong vibration.
It's true.
You're right, though.
You're
I respect
You
everything
want to
that
fight me about it?
You're a crazy person.
No, she's onto
I'm
it.
saying her now because I realized that.
Yeah,
Really?
and by the way, I have to give credit, Rob, because I want to go to the next story. I'm going to give credit where credit's due, Amy. I swear to you, if I look at my history on my phone right now, in the mornings, I listen to the frequencies of 11, 960 something, 8. It's positive, it's healing, and then I listen to like Christian, fun, uplifting music, guys. I used to listen to hip hop and everything, and I wanted to kill everybody. I wanted to fight. Like, you can't listen to death metal and be like a normal person.
And that's what I do all day.
That's why you're freaking insane.
It's grindcore from the morning to afternoon.
Yeah, you're freaking...
And maybe you would slip in some torture tapes in the middle.
Got you. So, Rob, we're going to say something because I want to move on.
Oh, quickly.
Go.
The rise in the it's really interesting thinking about this. The rise in the from my perspective.
The gays. Just say the gays.
Yeah. Well, the rise in the gay community and it being like it was always like, hey, should gay marriage be legal? Should gays be allowed to adopt? That was one thing. But then this whole trans movement for me really started coming in 2008, 9, 10. And I started thinking, okay, who was huge in the music world at that point?
Lady Gaga.
Wow.
Exactly. And so I'm sitting and I'm going, as you guys are laying this out, I'm like, man, can we apply this to the gay agenda that we currently see going on with the indoctrination of our youth? Where did that track back to? And Lady Gaga was very much out there. Be who you are. We love you no matter what you are. You can be a girl. You can be a guy. We're going to accept you no matter what. Well, like, did that have the same impact? Just
I think, Rob, great point. I mean, dude, think about it. Like, yeah. And then
our first gay president during 2008, so.
Well, and she was heavily influenced by the most satanic figure ever.
Wait, yeah, you guys want to hear? Did you hear that? She was influenced by who's the satanic?
Abramovich.
I seen Jay-Z hanging out with her too.
Everyone hangs out with her.
She did spirit cooking. She'd have spirit cooking things, which if you guys want to look it up. It's pretty freaking disgusting. All right,
crazy.
Amy, Australia is finally answering the question of what is a woman, but you said not to get our hopes up.
We're not going to like the answer, no. So this is obviously a very tiring question. We've had this conversation so many different times here in the United States. Matt Walsh did a documentary. Okay, we all know that the answer to this question is an adult human female. But unfortunately, Australia does track a few years behind, and they have now officially answered this question in the legal sense. And yeah, it is abysmal. It's really, really bad. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Essentially, what has happened is a transgender woman from Australia has won a discrimination case against a women-only app called the Giggle app. Were you going to say something?
So I'm confused. Amy, so a transgender woman. So you're saying a
guy,
guy,
a biological male.
Beautiful. I get confused.
Yes,
Okay, go.
yes.
No, I'm so confused.
Just think how confused they are.
Yeah. No shit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So essentially, this app, it's called the Giggle app. It is a woman's only app, and it encompasses many different things. You can either look for female roommates, you can look for like a big sister, somebody to get mentorship or advice from, as well as like a gay dating app. So it's all of these things and more, all encompassed into one. And essentially what happened is this transgender woman, Roxanne Tickle, and it's so funny because the court case is called Tickle versus Giggle. Tickle versus Giggle.
Well, I'm going to go on, to be honest with you guys, very good looking. Very good looking.
Very convincing.
Yeah, very hot guy, girl.
Hey, at least they didn't opt for the Party City wig. At least they actually like grew out the hair.
It's like the homeless person outside.
Yeah.
You remember Susan Boyle? Does anybody remember that?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my
John
goodness.
Boy. Go ahead.
Oh
Amy.
wow. Okay. So essentially, the way that this app works is when you go to sign up, there is some type of an AI identification process that determines whether or not you are a woman or a man. And if you're a man, obviously they do not let you onto the platform because it's a woman's only app. So
what do you have to scan your face?
You have to scan. I mean,
oh yeah, good call.
that would probably be
that would solve the problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, those things come in all shapes and sizes, though, Humberto.
Oh, that'd be embarrassing if it didn't register.
If it came up as a male.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm sorry.
So it's a little bit ambiguous. There's been a couple of different reports. So either number one, they didn't pass the facial recognition and they weren't allowed on the app, or what I've also heard in other articles is that they somehow bypassed the facial recognition, which I'm not sure based on the picture that we just looked at. But then the owner of the company, the name is Sal Grover, this woman CEO, she manually removed this person from the app. And so either one of those two things took place, and then this person, Roxanne Tickle, decided to take it to the federal court. And so this was a highly contentious issue because for the very first time in a legal sense, they were defining and answering the question, what is a woman? Now, essentially the defense that Sal Grover used is, number one, she stated that when she originally created this platform, it was back in 2018, 2019.
Back when we knew what a woman was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. There was some type of like virtue signaling and like some prevalence of like wokeness within society, but it wasn't anywhere near as pervasive as what it is today.
Okay.
And so she didn't make it with any type of like gender identity discrimination in mind. It was discrimination on the basis of sex. And so that was her argument. Like, yes, we are discriminating against Roxanne, but it's not based on gender identity. It's based on sex because this is, in fact, a man and this is a woman's only space. Yeah. So that was the defense that Sal leveraged in court. However, unfortunately, they overruled that. Now, this Roxanne Tickle person, they did not get everything that they asked for from the case, but these were the demands. So they wanted $200,000 in compensatory damages, right? They wanted to have a public apology from the app as well. And they wanted all of their legal fees to be covered as well. So essentially what ended up happening is this person was granted a win. They were granted a victory. However, they only won $10,000 and did not get the public apology. However, this is a landmark case because it has now set a brand new legal precedent where anybody who wants to enter a female-only space, whether that be virtually or, you know, somewhere physically, you know, exactly, bathrooms, who knows where this is going to lead to, they can now claim that purely on the basis of self-identification. right? So anybody who wants to slap on a Party City wig with a full-on beard can go into these women-only spaces, and they're now legally entitled to do so because on a federal level, this person has won the court case.
And this is just Australia.
This is in Australia, and this is very recent. This is literally just last week that they passed down the answer, essentially saying that yes, this person has won the case, and they're now allowed to be on the app, and anybody who wants to go ahead, put on a Party City wig, and claim they're a woman is now allowed to be on the app as well.
Well, were they more tight than the U.S. is on stuff like that? Like, were tranny guys allowed to be in women's bathrooms in Australia?
So insensitive, Fred.
Yeah, I'm not sensitive to that at all. Like, no, I respect the right to have like freedom of deciding what you want to do with your life, whatever. But even when the trannies were here on Adam's show and I was talking to them, I'm like, listen, I respect what
you're talking to him. Is that what you said?
The two trannies.
Well, the two guys. Just
there were two of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, one a lot more effort than the other, but
it has evolved.
But anyway, the point being, like, that is objectively dangerous and a threat. Should never be allowed. For somebody who's calling, like, a guy calling himself a girl shouldn't be allowed in the girl's bathroom. That's
Period.
Objectively dangerous.
There shouldn't be an
like,
argument.
I mean, maybe there's a little bit more room for like debate with the app thing because that's not a physical danger. But I can't believe anybody in the world thinks that that's okay, whether it's in schools or.
Well, here's the thing: it's not just going to be limited to online spaces because this is what the judge who handed down the judgment actually said, verbatim quote, and then we'll come to you, Humberto. But he said in his decision on Friday that case law has consistently found sex is changeable and not necessarily binary. So this could be applied to, spaces as well. It could be applied to bathrooms, sports, all of these various different things. So
that's the problem.
when I lived in Australia, it had not gone woke yet, or maybe it just wasn't prevalent like where I was living, or I wasn't aware of it. But Australia has been going down a slippery slope as of recently.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna catch a little heat for this.
Who gives a shit? Push it out.
But this level of selfishness, and we see it in the election here. You said it. You got mad. People couldn't give a damn about what happens to everyone else as long as I can get my abortions. And she's acting like a woman in the sense of I don't give a whatever it is about everyone else. I hope this woman, because now she's legally a woman, is liable when a guy walks in to a female's bathroom and exposes himself to a 12-year-old girl. I hope he's liable when someone goes to a guy, goes to a female prison and 6 of the people in there get, because imagine the level of selfishness. It's me, my rights, and then the repercussions of this, like real life dangerous repercussions that this has. Prisons, bathrooms, little girls, like you have so many things that this will cause. Like, I hope everyone remember Lady Tickle to be the first person that put every single little girl, every single woman at risk, because this level of selfishness, like, it cannot be tolerated in like normal society. I'm all for rights for everyone. If you want to live as a woman, do your thing, but don't put little girls at risk.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But you made a great point. Listen, nobody, I mean, there's probably some. Nobody gives a damn what you want to do. They have conventions where people dress up as furries or whatever. Go do you freaking rat, whatever you want to be. Freaking Chihuahua convention. But that's where I draw the line is putting, because by the way, for anybody's children, I don't have my nieces, my nephews, or anybody, if there's a dude in the female bathroom, that is evil 1,000%. That's the devil normalizing it, and people going, he's just living his truth with his testicles hanging out.
Do you remember what happened in 2022 in Virginia? So a 10-year-old or 12-year-old girl, she was in the girl's bathroom. Some dude throws on a dress, goes in there, grapes her. And then the father obviously is outraged. He's like, oh, my God, my daughter just got sexually assaulted by a guy who was wearing a woman's dress. So he goes into the school board meeting, starts yelling at them about this, and gets dragged out by the police.
I remember that. I saw that.
Like,
he was the wrong one.
Cultish, fucking crazy world. Is like, that's how you know this is a cult. The fact that the thing that plays out like that. that.
But then Brandon, like we always say it, we're not Democrats, we're not Republicans. We don't play that game. We play the game of accountability and thinking ahead. Like that's why we get so mad, because we think 2 or 3 steps ahead. The immigrant thing that you covered in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like if we let people don't know their name, don't know their history, don't know if they've been in jail. Like if you think 2 or 3 steps ahead, you will know that someone's going to get murdered and they're going to take an apartment building.
Right. Yep.
If you let them in girls' bathrooms, you will know that someone's going to abuse the system. If you let them in, so these people don't think ahead. They're like literally governing for their particular agenda that day, and then whatever happens in the future. Inflation is such. It's the most evil thing, Vinny. It's the most evil thing. That means that we're spending money today, and with the amount of debt that we have, I'm putting the children of my children in debt.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
people that haven't even been born, people whose parents haven't even been born, are going to pay for the COVID thing. They're going to pay for the Iraq war. They're going to pay for this. They're going to pay for that. So we need to start thinking about the future in general.
Go off,
you know?
Humberto.
Sorry.
Let's
but-
go.
but
I'm getting fired up. Let's
I'm
go.
just fucking tired of single issue voters, selfish people that are bringing everything to the ground. We had a pretty good situation going. If we weren't worried about stupid shit, we will have flying cars that I was promised when I was 12.
Yeah.
We'll have people in
Jet
Mars. We'll have the best VR experiences in the life. And we're going back to the definition of what is a woman. And it just pisses me off. I'm not digging on anyone. I love everyone equally. Do what you want to do. Like, I don't wish death upon anyone. But this is holding us back. And I don't like it at all.
I love that.
There was one example that I could kind of draw a parallel to here in the United States. It's actually through Lyft. So Lyft rolled out a program where you could request female only or non-binary drivers. So think about this. The reason they're doing this is to decrease the incidence of any potential sexual assault or anything like that happening with male to women. So what you're doing is you're basically foregoing a very, very minor percentage risk to then get a potentially non-binary driver, which carries 100% chance of mental illness, maybe not something crazy happening, but do you really think you're in a better position having a non-binary driver than potentially a male driver? This makes no sense to
because
me.
they're selfish. Like every time, I had a girlfriend and she had a lot of, friends that were female. Like that day I wouldn't drink. So personally, because I felt in charge as a man, I felt in charge of my girlfriend and her 3 friends to drop them home myself.
Yes.
Because I wouldn't trust an Uber driver and I
course
wouldn't
not.
trust
Never know.
a taxi. And I think about their parents because I'm thinking about society and everyone around me. Like I want to drop this girl, even if it's at 3 a.m., I will drop them,
Yeah.
And it just pisses me off. Like it's just back to selfishness.
Can only women select women drivers, or can a man?
Non-binary people could select that as well. So it goes both ways for drivers and riders.
It's a fucking labyrinth.
Non-binary isn't even real. This is a political term we made up during COVID. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like,
guys, with the amount, and you nailed it. As a species, I'm really, really concerned about us. Like, just think about what's happening in the world. We're at World War III. Everybody's fighting everybody. The ex-president was shot in the freaking head. The amount of shit, inflation, recession, everything, viruses, diseases. We have fucking men that are like, no, I'm a woman. You got to come in. Dude, shut the fuck up. Okay? That is if there's a totem pole, this is beneath the ground of older totem poles. I don't have time for none of that shit. And the fact that you can sue in law, like actually go to court and say it's not recognized, and I'm just, dude, shut up. Take your balls and get the fuck out of my face. Like I don't have time, and that's why I'm being serious, Rob. When people are like, you have to be, no, I don't have to be. I'm done with it. There's too much happening in the world, in my life, to deal with, and you nailed it, Brendan, going back to your freaking story, these people that are setting it up to where, wait, now when somebody says that they are something, we have to all, I'm not playing that game, bro.
No.
I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I don't give in.
No.
F you.
Like
Sorry.
we have to stay focused on what matters. That's the biggest thing is information overload. I think Aldous Huxley or somebody said it before, that information overload is more dangerous than censorship, because that's why I said the reptilian thing before. Like if the craziest imaginable thing happened, people would forget about it in a few days, and that's I think that's our biggest problem.
Yeah. Well, and, Amy, you're good?
Yeah.
Fantastic story. And Amy, on top of all the problems, you know what I put on the top? dolphins that sexually assault people, and Humberto has the story. I thought it was a joke. It's serious, guys. So hide everybody in the ocean if you're swimming.
I was gonna say on a happy note, but it's just on a weird note.
Here we go.
Well, anyhow, all right.
Get into this.
In the heart of the Amazon, the river hides a secret that the locals whisper about in hushed tones. As the moon rises high above the dense jungle, the pink river dolphin, known as the boto, sheds its aquatic form and steps into the shore as a dashing young man dressed in white. With a mysterious charm and a wide-brimmed hat to conceal the blowhole on his head.
Put your card down so I can see your face.
He attends village festivals where he captivates the heart of young women in his graceful dance and enchanting smile.
Is this a porn? Like, what do you
By dawn, the bottom man leads his chosen partner to the riverbank, where he vanishes into misty waters, leaving behind only the rustle of the river and the haunting memory of their encounter. Villagers often tell tales of young women who disappeared or returned pregnant, with no one knowing the father's identity. The elders, not knowingly, attributing these mysteries to the Boto's seductive powers. To this day, the legend of the Boto remains as a potent reminder of the river's mystical and unpredictable nature, a story passed down through generations, woven into the very fabric of Amazonian life.
What the hell? That's about a dolphin?
Well, this is it's about a dolphin. It's a pink. Yes, sir.
Is this how mermaids are made?
Well, this is
seriously.
So wait, what'd you just
like
read?
they return pregnant?
I just read. It's a quick account of a very old Amazonian tradition. It's a legend there that women will get pregnant by a dolphin man. That
has to be a mermaid though, right?
That's where mermaids come from.
Yeah.
So going back to the news story, this is coming from Japan. It has all the signs of a weird story. Whenever something comes out of Japan, it's gonna be good. This is the headline on the New York Post: horny and lowly dolphin blamed for attacks on beachgoers.
Wait, how the hell do they know that he's lonely?
Yeah, they throw that in.
Horny, I could see, but dude, that
like
doesn't mean he's lonely. That means he's ready to go.
It's like a porn title.
Horny and lonely. More than 45 people have been injured in dolphin attacks in the Wasaka Bay, about 200 miles west of Tokyo, since 2002. Just this summer, this lonely and horny dolphin has attacked 18 people.
18?
Right? 18 people have been attacked. Well, dolphin experts believe that it's suffering from social isolation and possible sexual frustration.
Just like the rest of Japan.
That's how they
It's been noted for its increasingly aggressive behavior, which includes biting and ramming swimmers. And
ramming.
Ramming.
I see that. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go to the video. I don't know if we're gonna get ticked for this.
There's video.
There's a video of it. This is Japanese people freaking out about our dolphin.
Oh, so wait. Okay, let's go. Play that. I love that they have like a mugshot of the dolphin really quick. So wait, is somebody out there getting sexually assaulted by a dolphin?
No. And they're filming?
Yes.
And nobody's helping them.
Well, nobody, but here's the thing. How do you get out there and fight a dolphin? You're not going to swing in the water.
I mean, you kind
What if he rapes? What if he goes after you too?
Have you ever seen a dolphin? Okay.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen a dolphin
No, I haven't.
penis?
No.
We're not gonna show it.
No, I'll show you guys off screen.
Okay.
No, it's not impressive. It's scary and frightening.
All right, go on,
Guys. All right. So this is not the first time, and this behavior is common in dolphins. Maybe that's because of the story.
Wow.
No, please don't get that.
That doesn't look pleasurable.
Oh, Jesus
my
Christ.
God.
That's terrifying.
It's like a
very pointed and scary.
Yeah, like a weapon.
Right.
It looks like those floss things that the water flossers.
Chat, don't
Like a
do it.
unicorn horn.
Don't look it up, please.
Don't
look it up, but look it up
Do
after.
it. Spare your
Leave
eyes.
it to professionals to look
Yeah,
the thing.
go ahead.
Click on the link in the chat.
So, one of the points of this is that dolphins, aside from humans, are one of the only animal species that have sex for pleasure.
Oh, really?
Dolphin engage in behaviors that suggest that they have sex for pleasure. Research has shown that female dolphins possess a large C word with anatomical features, the other C word, the one that I can never find, features similar to humans, which indicate of providing pleasure. They have large nerves, erectile tissue, and genital corpuscles. I can't pronounce.
Rob,
the
put your
word.
pants back on.
Can't help it.
Dolphin porn.
Dolphins are known to engage in sexual activities, not just for reproductional purposes. And if you pile up, because dolphins, they're the Norwegians of the sea, okay? They're the worst.
The Norwegians of the sea?
Yeah, they're the worst. They look friendly and nice, but they're actually making all their money from oil. So don't let... No, Norwegians are the worst. Don't let them deceive you. And you combine this with their drug habits, okay? Because they're not only grapey, they're also drug addicts, all of the dolphins.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Really?
Regarding dolphins getting high, there has been observation and reports suggesting that dolphins intentionally interact with pufferfish to induce a state of intoxication.
Dude, these dolphins are scumbags, bro.
Yeah,
They're perverts. They take advantage of people. They do drugs. Like they're
Debaucherous.
junkies.
Yeah. So they released this toxic compound called tetrodotoxin that in small amounts can cause a narcotic-like effect. And you know what's funny? They pass it around like a joint. So
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just like people.
Flipper's a piece of shit.
Yeah, they half bite this puffer fish and they pass it around. So they get in a circle and they pass the puffer fish around.
That's
I wish I had a video, but I couldn't find one. So we can go to the next video. This is
wow. This is what before you play it? What
this is another exhibit B of them showing weird behavior. This is kind of funny. Made rounds around Twitter when the story broke.
This is a dolphin, and is that a girl? Okay, play it.
This is a dolphin being very friendly.
Dude!
Well, she likes it.
Oh my!
She's not even fighting it.
Bro, this dude is just. And by the way, somebody help her!
Yeah, what's the guy doing?
The other guy's trying to get involved.
They're lighting up.
She's like, why'd you stop?
Oh, but
Just got pregnant.
She's having a mermaid. She's gonna have a mermaid.
So this is not like we were talking about the immigrants, about all these things. This is not an isolated incident. Like dolphins have a history of being scumbags. They're the worst animal.
Yeah.
And I distrust everyone that likes dolphins. Like I see a dolphin tattoo and I'm out.
They always make sure.
Imagine that because of all this stuff, and I don't want you. I want you to keep going. Now I don't feel so bad when they get caught in the tuna nets. I'm eating a dolphin. I don't give a shit.
That's it.
I'm eating you.
I'm not even gonna cry about it.
No.
Okay. Incidents. Brazil, 1994. A dolphin nicknamed Tiao became infamous for attacking beachgoers in Brazil. He attacked over 22 people in Brazil. Italy, 2012. A dolphin that's been living around the coast. He attacked 18 people there in the beach.
Good.
And then in New Zealand, another dolphin called Moco, that means bugger in Spanish.
Booger?
Yeah, booger in Spanish.
Moco.
Became a local celebrity, and after the multiple interactions, dolphin went crazy and started attacking people. So they're out of control. And I think they get the short end of the stick because we're not strangers of dogs humping everything.
Yeah.
So at the same time, like they might get too much heat for it. Like if you see a dog humping someone, it's a funny video. But I don't know. What do you guys think about?
I feel bad for dogs because like everybody out there, like if you want to hook up with somebody, you go to your bedroom, you go to there, you go to your car, you're covered. When dogs want to hook up, it's just wherever that they can get it. And I know, dude, they have feelings because you ever look at a dog, everybody's done it. When you see a dog doing it hunchback doggy style, you look at a dog, dogs look right back at you like, yo, dude, like, go home and do your thing. Why are you staring at me? Because there's no privacy. That's a good Shark Tank idea. Why don't we build like little quick like makeshift apartments for like if your dog's about to bang somebody, put a thing over him that he could have some privacy, hook up, and then.
All right, like
you know what I mean?
Good idea.
And we can have a water one for dolphins.
Yeah. Amy, what do you think?
I was gonna say rape whistles don't work underwater.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
This whole time I've literally been thinking about you could make an equivalent to Jaws, but dolphin sexual assault version, call it like dongs or something.
Oh my God!
Dude, maybe there's something better, but I think like it's literally the same stats as Jaws. Like there's a epidemic at specific beaches of dolphins doing this, just like there was in Jaws. So
bro, that's so fun. Like,
something there.
What do you think, Rob?
This goes both ways. Not only do dolphins have sex with people against their will, but there was a guy who had sex with a dolphin against its will. Have you guys ever heard of Malcolm J. Brenner?
No.
All right, so this is a guy. He is a journalist and zoophile. He wrote a book in 2010.
Is zoophile? Is that like a pedophile?
So he wrote a book called Wet Goddess, and the book was about a guy who meets a dolphin named Ruby at a local theme park and falls in love with her. The book was actually based on his life story. According to Malcolm Brenner, he claims to have had sex with a female dolphin named Dolly in the 1970s. They had a sexual relationship. Describing the experience, he stated that they stared into each other's eyes for moments after they had intercourse, and that they even tried 7 different sexual positions. So there's a guy out there walking around writing books and bragging about having sex with the dolphin.
By the way, in the Bible, you know how it's totally against bestiality, and it's like a big no-no. What the hell is wrong with
Wait, Connor, can you pull that up again?
What is that? It's a Stop Dolphin. Is this a real page?
Is this a real page?
Stop Dolphin tradition in
This is a real page.
Pakistan.
This is a real page?
That's not
Okay,
real. It can't
you know
be
what?
real.
I feel really bad about doing this segment. Maybe this is just payback. Maybe
They're just mad?
They're just mad. If there's a petition about it.
There's a yeah, maybe they are pissed off.
Wait, are they trying to stop the dolphins from or are they trying to stop people from the dolphins?
Oh, stop dolphin.
Connor,
Well, people, yeah.
We need clarity.
Both? Oh.
Less clarity.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, this went as bad as I thought it was going to go.
But it's but dolphin. I mean, they're beautiful animals. They're smart. But I mean, the fact that they have this that you never know.
You never know.
Never freaking know. Remember that show Flipper?
No.
Could you never? Oh God, I'm so old. People at home. Rob knows. It was just
I do
like,
Gilligan's Island too. That I know
my
all the old
grandparents talk
shows.
about that all the time.
Well,
What?
but
My
like,
grandparents talk about
that might have been the oldest moment for me that I've had since I've been in Valley Tainment.
You ever
Everybody
seen
went.
Flipper?
I don't. It was like
Chat.
You know about it,
Come
right?
on.
It was a freaking Flipper. Was a dolphin that like the neighborhood. He saved people. He was really cool. He was really cool. But now I know, like, imagine the darker side, dude. That'd be a funny sketch. Is the darker side of Flipper? Like he's just like,
But you know, if you've seen it, all these rights to certain characters have come up. Have any of you guys seen like the Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
Yeah.
Because I guess like some type of trademark.
It expired.
It expired. So people started making horror movies based on like there's one coming out about Pinocchio where it's literally the trailer poster for the movie is Geppetto's hand with a knife stabbed through it and strings detached.
Oh, that's funny.
It's super interesting. So maybe we could make a value. Could you imagine the first Valuetainment Productions movie? Flipper, the
Bad
dark
Flipper.
side.
Rob, I think I'd be fired. I'd be fired the moment I pitched. I would just walk in the pitch meeting. I'm like, okay, listen.
Hear me out.
Yeah, hear me out. Cut to door slamming.
No, it's based on a true story, guys. I swear. It's
Yeah, the documentary.
Yeah.
But guys, amazing stories today. Amy, Rob, Humberto, Brandon, everybody over there. Connor, who's on the 1s and 2s on top of being one of our freaking stars on the show. Jake, Jeremy, everybody at home, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys more than I can. Dude, I was thinking about you guys this morning because I'm getting ready because I'm going to go to Orlando to do a show. I was thinking about you guys, our audience, and Humberto, you always give them credit. Our day ones are freaking in there. I know you guys are in the chat. Amy's in there with you guys.
Can I name some?
Name some, please.
Table, a big guy. He's always the first comment. The Steves. It's too many to name.
There's a lot of people.
Steves.
The Steves. But like I said, I appreciate you guys more than you know. If you haven't subscribed, take a second, guys. Please subscribe right now. If you haven't, there it is right there. Hit the notification bell. And yeah, I love you guys. Take care of each other. Have a fantastic weekend. What, do we have a day off? Is Monday off?
I don't know.
It's Labor Day.
Labor Day. So don't labor on Labor Day. But everybody, guys,
Then we're
be
right after
safe.
Labor.
Yeah, I'll probably be working. But guys, take care of each other. Love each other. And we will see you guys next week. Peace and love. My boy, we saluted. That's